Not Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
We are filled to the brim with mind-numbing stuff today. That's why we'll try to counter it with a little bit of fun as well. Because, oh man,
it's rough. Yeah.
It's. I mean, you can't believe it. It's inconceivable.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it means what you think it means.
So, start out with a little fun here. We've got the Pat Gray bingo card, which is pinned to the top of the Twitter page if you'd like to participate this week.
At Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
We were looking for beginning at the upper left-hand corner. Over there. Biden, you know the thing. Those days don't come back. Point of personal privilege. Point of personal privilege, please.
Quick point of privilege.
Yeah.
Quick point
of personal privilege. Mm-hmm. And then you got the gendered.
Point of personal privilege.
Yeah, go ahead. Huh?
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Yeah, we'll try to avoid that.
Yes, please.
Spoken song lyrics.
This guy's a liar.
That particular piece of audio. Keith, see what I did there?
Mm-hmm.
Out with my real ones. Trying to get some monies. Leaving to sell CBD. So not facial cream this time.
No.
Somebody's leaving to sell CBD. That's the new fad. Biden, look fat. Jeffy describes Jeffy's scam. And then the Sammy Davis Jr. impersonation, man. And I love that, man. And I mean that. We kid because we love, babe.
Yeah.
And I mean that, man. Of course, that doesn't count.
No.
We need to have a conversation. Pat corrects a grammatically incorrect colloquialism. Keith plays tambourine.
I heard it on the news, and I said it was ridiculous, man. That's it.
That's it. Got her.
So
it's an oldie but a goodie.
Love it.
Killed him dead. Pat's jihad. I guess it would qualify for any of the jihads that I'm currently.
Yeah, I think if you say, if you just mentioned
that I'm on a jihad
for something, that'll qualify, yeah.
Jeffy, I am fashion. Hillary, this is a pretty oldie, pretty classic.
You can't say a goodie because it's Hillary.
No, it's not good.
Right.
It's not good.
I am sick and tired of people who say that if you debate and you disagree with this administration, somehow you're not patriotic, and we should stand up and say we are Americans and we have a right to debate and disagree with any administration.
In a fashion reminiscent of Genghis Khan. Then we got
like whatever, you know.
AOC. What kind of freak would do that? It's horrifying. Stand up, Chuck, from Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Love him.
Do we?
No.
Stand up, Chuck. Let him see you. Oh, God love you. What am I talking about?
You're
tell you
crippled.
what, you're making everybody else stand up, though, pal.
I'll tell you that, pal. And I'm not joking. I really do want you to stand up. It's that important. Get up. Lazy. Okay. I didn't leave blank. It left me. Could be I didn't leave I didn't leave the Republican Party. The Republican Party left me. Like an Arlen Specter thing.
Sure.
Could be a Democrat thing. It's wide open, that one. So there's our bingo card for the week. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens. I think we had somewhat early. We had a Thursday winner, I believe, last week.
We did.
Yeah, so it can happen at any time. We can knock them all out today. You just don't know.
Wow, wouldn't
that be something
unprecedented?
I think it would be. I think it really
you gonna
would
go
be.
For that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to say, frankly.
Okay.
If it happens naturally and organically, then it happens.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
All right. So more rioting over the weekend. Portland. Yeah. I mean, are we just writing Portland off?
Can we just
done?
Can we
Portland
give
now?
Can we give Antifa?
Yeah, just give it to them.
Just take it.
If you don't want to be ruled by Antifa, you're going to probably have to leave Portland. So I don't know if you're prepared to do that. But now the rioters are using guillotines there and burning flags as they continue the meltdown. Portland Police Department said that at least 250 people marched through Portland's suburbs. On the way to the Penumbra Kelly building, rioters strode through the residential streets with a teddy bear set up in a guillotine and burning American flags and demanding that sleeping residents afford them shelter and protection.
What?
Yeah.
Shut up.
One man can be heard screaming, "Get in the effing streets." Another woman cried, "What are you doing to protect your neighbors, people in their houses? What are you doing? Get out of here. What are you doing to protect anybody? All you're doing is causing trouble. You're destroying, you're breaking down. What are you doing to protect other?" Oh,
yeah, and I guess that teddy bear, right, is supposed to be representative of Ted Wheeler, the mayor. So they're basically saying
nice.
Ted Wheeler is in a guillotine.
I see. Oh, okay. So they've even turned on the freaking mayor who has allowed this to happen all these months.
Yeah, because he won't get on board with defunding the police. And they're illustrating why we need the police in your town.
Right. Boy, they sure are. God, there's no winning here. There are safety in numbers, they were screaming. We protect you every night by being out here? Yeah, I don't think so, Pumpkin. I don't think so. Please come and protect us. Make sure you're offering us refuge. We're tired, and yet we're still out here. We are simply asking for 1 night, 1 hour. Nope. I'm sorry, I don't have to adopt your malicious little agenda. Where do you get off thinking that everybody has to agree with you?
Yeah.
Isn't that fascism? The protesters have, so they brought out guillotines, and they're just wheeling it around town, and then they burned American flags.
Does it seem like
they chanted Black Lives Matter?
Are they desperate for support because they're asking people to join them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Come out here and join us because we have like 5 of us left. I mean, that's what it feels like.
But it looked like a pretty solid amount of people walking through the suburbs, which is frightening. When you get out into the suburbs, people are going to be less likely to agree with your radicalism and more likely to defend their property with guns. So that's really not a good idea. It's not a good mixture. And I think they're just trying to incite this. They're trying to toss the final spark in that will ignite that out-of-control bonfire in this country. But the mind-numbing hypocrisy is just, even as police in Chicago are stretched to their limit. Democrat Mayor Lori Lightfoot has allegedly ordered a continuous, heavy police presence outside her home in Logan Square and banned protests on her block to protect herself and her family. Now, you don't need any of that, okay? Because the police are going to be defunded. You don't need any of that protection. Just she does, because she's elite and she's in the public eye. Wow. The Chicago Tribune reported Thursday that the city has effectively banned all protests on her street, including peaceful ones. Now, when this was the President of the United States trying to clear out an area right next to the White House, all hell broke loose. How dare he use tear gas on those wonderful people? How dare he do that? And then walk across there and hold up a Bible at the church across the street. But she's actually banned even peaceful protests on her street and the streets next to it because she doesn't want them to have access to her street. So she's banned it for blocks. You can't get anywhere near her place. According to an email sent by the district's commander at the time, officers assigned to enforce the directive were instructed to tell protesters it's against the city code and state law to protest and that they must leave immediately. After the warning is given, the street should be locked down, according to the instructions. In order to carry out the orders, a large contingent of officers have been routinely stationed outside the mayor's home. Fraternal Order of the Police President, John Catanzara, said that as many as 140 officers have been assigned to her home at certain times. 140 to guard her. God. So now they're calling it Fort Lori. Maybe she should move into a high-rise downtown where you can put like 20 officers in front of the building if need be. I get the family safety, but you picked this job. Plus, she supports these psychos. These lunatics have gotten pretty much her full support until they started coming out to her house. Then it was, oh, no. You can't come by my house. She says, given the threats that I've personally received, given the threats to my home and my family, I'm going to do everything to make sure that they're protected. I make no apologies whatsoever. Well, of course you don't. You're a Democrat, and you believe that you're entitled to this kind of protection, and nobody else is. We have a right in our home to live in peace. So others don't? The mayor didn't elaborate on the threats, but suffice it to say that every single day there's something that pops up. There are specific threats to my person, to my wife, and to our home. Okay. Oh, that's right. She has a wife. I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. So she's a super protected class. She's black and she's lesbian. So she deserves all this protection. And so does her wife. She also claimed that hundreds of police were stationed. She denied the claim that hundreds are stationed near her home, but said that sufficient resources are assigned when a threat is established. So the hypocrisy is piling on thick, and it's completely ignored by the mainstream media. They don't care at all about it. If Trump conducted himself like this, I mean, all he did was go to the bunker once, and that was some kind of incredible cowardice move that I guess disqualifies him from being president of the United States. Really amazing. 888-900-3393. Also, Alyssa Milano is claiming that Democrats have made the world better. Gets a little disagreement from her friend. I guess they used to be friends. Rose McGowan. Uh-huh. Rose and Alyssa were together for I don't know how many years on the TV show Charmed. And now Rose is pretty well done with her. But Alyssa claims that the Democratic Party has done. She made a list of the things they've done to make the world a better place.
Oh, do we have time in this program? I mean, we've got almost a full 2 hours left. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure the list of all the things Democrats have done to make the world a better place is going to take at least that long.
Well, I've already read it.
But wait, I thought you just were getting...
It's over. The list is done.
Really?
Yeah, let me do it again. I'll do it again for you one more time.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so there you go. Just extensive and comprehensive list right there of what the Democrats have done.
Wait, I've been listening the whole time.
Uh-huh. You want to hear it again?
Yes, please. I don't know how I keep it. I'm kind of embarrassed, actually.
You should be. Here it is again.
Oh, here we go.
There you go. So... I just wish she would learn one fact. Uh-huh. Just consider reading one thing about the history of the Democrat Party and about the nation and about your belief structure in general. I mean, you could start quite a while ago with Andrew Jackson, Democrat, who betrayed and persecuted the Native Americans. Over and over and over again, broke every single treaty he ever made with them. The Democrats were so in love with slavery that they tried to, and for a time did, form their own country just to keep slavery going. They were responsible for Jim Crow. Democrats started the KKK as the militant wing of the Democrat Party. Democrats like Margaret Sanger showed the Nazis, actually, the way to use eugenics in their society. She even met with the Nazis. Democrat Margaret Sanger's Planned Parenthood was established specifically to eliminate blacks. They're still working on that. They're still doing it. Democrats created the welfare system, which created a poverty class in this country that we still haven't overcome and probably never will. Democrats, including Robert Byrd, Al Gore's father, and Lyndon Johnson, fought tooth and nail all through the 50s and early 60s against the Civil Rights Bill. Democrats fought it, filibustered it, got it defeated in 58. Even though it kept coming back, they kept fighting against it, trying to defeat it. And Democrats to this day control every single inner city that's racked with poverty and drugs and violence. And they've had that control for 60 years. Don't try to tell me Democrats have made the world better. The opposite is true. Let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile has made things better. And while the left embraces cancel culture, we can actually have a little role in that as well. We can cancel our leftist supporting cell phone provider, make the switch to America's only conservative cell phone carrier, Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile shares your values. They won't charge you hidden fees. And unlike Big Mobile, they don't send your hard-earned money to Planned Parenthood or other left-wing causes. You get the same reliable nationwide service. You get to support a company that supports this country and the Constitution and puts people ahead of profits. Switching's really easy. They'll let you bring your phone to the new arrangement, or you could get a new one. Or you can keep your phone number or get a new one. And right now, when you join their family of freedom-loving Americans, get free activation plus a free gift when you use the offer code PAT. 972-PATRIOT is the number to call, 972-PATRIOT, or visit patriotmobile.com/Pat. Get your customized plan starting as low as $25 a month. 972-PATRIOT or patriotmobile.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. Might want to put a bucket under your eyes. They may start to bleed.
Wait. We need to start using that phrase more often. Put a bucket under your eyes.
Man. Jemele Hill, you know who she is? She used to work with ESPN. Finally, she got too political for even them, I think. I think they would have been fine to have her there, but they probably got so much backlash that they had to finally get rid of her. But here's what Jemele has to say. She's been reading Isabel Wilkerson's new book, Caste. And if you're of the opinion that the United States wasn't nearly as bad as Nazi Germany, how wrong you are. Can't encourage you enough to read this masterpiece. Oh, my.
Now, maybe she was thinking Democrat Party?
Maybe
that was the angle she was going for.
All right.
As opposed to America. I mean, that's all I can. It's the benefit of the doubt I'm willing to give her.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's insane.
Oof.
So yeah.
I was of the opinion that the United States wasn't nearly as bad as Nazi Germany. Does that show how
again
naive I am? I guess.
Well, it's old think.
Okay.
That's old think.
All right. So we're pretty well. It's pretty proven.
In other words, yes, the nation that defeated Nazi Germany and freed the Jews that were working in concentration camps waiting to die. Yes, we're apparently just as evil,
if not more so.
Than I don't.
What do you want to bet? The book concludes we're even more evil than Nazi Germany.
How can you stay in a country that
I don't know.
you feel that way about?
Yeah, and pay your taxes and all that. You should not be here.
Bye.
You seriously shouldn't be here if that's what you believe about this country. And so many of them do. They hate it so much. Then get out. Get out. And then you're excoriated for saying that.
Well, who are you to tell them to get out? They're supposed to be tolerant and loving. They're just trying to make things better.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not trying to make things better. They're trying to circumvent the United States of America. They're trying to subvert it. and they're trying to twist it into their vision. They're trying to make it a socialist paradise, and there's no such thing. But they're not gonna stop trying.
Yeah, and an easy way to do that is to get at your kids, which they are doing more and more frequently.
Parents in Tennessee County told that this is an amazing statement. They must agree not to monitor their children's virtual classes. Wait, what? Sorry, I'm not going to agree to that. Why? Imagine being told by your child's school, funded by your tax dollars, and charged with educating the young minds of your community that you must agree you would not observe the virtual classes they attend in your own home.
I'm sorry. I will sit in my child's classroom every day at the public school if I want to.
Well, I mean, wouldn't this make you...
And this is in my house? You're saying I'm not allowed to monitor my kid's class?
This shows me that you're really trying to hide something. What are you trying to hide?
Seriously.
The apparent disturbing reality for parents of students who attend Rutherford County schools in Tennessee. They've been asked to sign forms agreeing not to watch their children's online classroom sessions.
Tennessee.
The outlet received a copy of one of these forms. RCS strives to present these opportunities in a secure format that protects student privacy to the greatest extent possible. However, because these meetings will occur virtually, RCS is limited in its ability to fully control certain factors, such as non-student observers that may be present in the home of a student participating in the virtual meeting. RCS strongly discourages non-student observation of online meetings due to the potential of confidential information about a student being revealed. What? What? So while you're teaching the lesson, you're going to reveal confidential information about the kid? What are you talking about? If this wasn't shocking enough on its own, the form also warns that any violation of this agreement may result in RCS removing the child from the virtual meeting. Oh, well, okay. You know what? I'll save you the problem, and I'll do that.
Yeah, right.
I'll be removing my child from the meeting.
Madness, man. And this is what we said when there was the talk about, do we open schools? Do we not open schools? What did we constantly say? We said, boy, they're going to be torn on the left because they won't have your kids in their classrooms to brainwash.
Right.
And now they're in your home. Awesome.
And what they're really worried about is that you're going to find out what they're being taught.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're being taught is a lot like, Jemele Hill believes. That's the kind of stuff they're going to learn.
Yep.
In this, even in, conservative states like Tennessee, that's what's happening in our education system.
And BLM is setting the curriculum in
they are.
Many school districts.
Yep. They've got power like you can't believe right now. I mean, they can do no wrong. Anything they want to do, they're allowed to do. It's just any rules they want to set up are set up.
Yeah. And now that
we're just going along with it.
The worlds are colliding, home and school, they don't have the wide open ability to just have your kids' attention. They're not a captive audience right now, and that scares them. So
this virtual thing has caused a lot of issues, like this in Baltimore County, Maryland. A fifth grader got a visit from police after his teacher called to report that she had seen, get this.
What happened?
There was a BB gun on the wall behind the student during a class video.
No.
Yeah, a BB gun. Oh, man.
Shh. Oh, no.
You know what? He could have killed a lot of birds with that. A lot of birds. The boy's mother, Courtney Lancaster Sperry, a Navy veteran, is warning other parents about a lack of privacy during virtual classes after her son was targeted by a teacher who saw what she thought was a scary-looking gun hanging on the wall of the boy's bedroom. And, I mean, what's going to happen? It's on the wall in his room. Nobody else is there with him.
What if he shoots the computer?
Well, we have a zero tolerance about guns. Guns are just they're not allowed anywhere.
But he didn't bring it to school. It was
yeah,
in his
but
bedroom.
it was in his bedroom. That's a zero tolerance policy.
While my son was on a Zoom call, concerned a concerned parent and subsequently 2 teachers saw his properly stowed and mounted Red Ryder BB gun. Isn't that what Ralphie wanted for Christmas?
Yes.
But it was going to put his eye out?
Yeah, you'll put your eye out.
And what other BB gun in the background? He was not holding them, never intentionally showed them on video. In fact, he was oblivious that they could even be seen in the background. After the teacher reported the gun, though, the principal, Jason Feeler, decided to call the police and report the guns and ask that the home be searched. Gotta be kidding me. This is America? The principal and the teacher cited a rule stating that students may not bring guns to school. Yeah, that's not in school! And they claimed it extended to virtual classes as well.
Oh, do they claim that? Oh, okay. And I claim that governors of America have these magic tyrannical powers that they suddenly summon right now in time of crisis.
It's pretty convenient. They're pretty convenient powers, though. Besides, he did not bring anything to this meeting, and he's in his own home, the mom said.
Madness, man.
They were simply in the background in our home, safely stowed in a room behind a closed door with no ammunition, if you can even call it that. Sperry told PJ Media the school's vice president called her ex-husband, claiming to be checking on network connectivity. She believes the real reason for the call was to find out whose home her son was at.
Oh, my.
The vice principal ended the call without leveraging the opportunity to discuss the matter and rather was fishing for information to find out where to dispatch the police.
Wow!
That's incredible. The 11-year-old in question is a Boy Scout pursuing the rank of Eagle Scout. He's an outdoors, all-boy kind of kid, his mom said. And his parents... And by way of legal rights, he's allowed to own guns.
I don't know. Eagle Scout, good kid, outdoor type. Sounds...
Right. He's not threatening anybody.
Sounds like a punk to me.
Apparently, in addition to the BB gun, her son is training in archery. This guy's just a menace to society. And get this. He enjoys shooting his airsoft gun. Oh, I'll bet he does.
It's a nightmare, man.
My kids grew up on airsoft guns. They are fun. Yeah. But they can leave a little welt, so be careful.
And can they hurt anybody on the other side of a virtual classroom screen? Especially if they remain mounted on a wall?
Let me think about that. No.
Okay.
No, they can't. I mean, you could shoot it right at the screen and not hurt anybody or anything except your screen. Wow. Might crack your screen a little bit.
So, yeah, we're checking on your internet connectivity. We're just seeing if there's a... So where is your son again?
How despicable is that? I mean, that's KKK kind of stuff. That's our KGB kind of stuff. Wow.
Scary times, man.
KGB, KKK, NCAA. I don't know. It's one of those.
Metric.
Yeah. Who knows? It's just... We've gone so far downhill in such a short amount of time. We've really got to get it together and demand that they stop this nonsense. And I guess the way that you do that is you just pull your kids out of these situations. I don't know how else to do it because I think we've gone too far with the public education system. It's too infiltrated by this progressive socialist movement. And so I don't know how you combat that now. We've given them all the power. We kind of turned a blind eye to it. We trusted them to take care of our kids and to educate our kids in a reasonable manner, teaching them actual facts and actual history, and they don't. And so at this point, the only alternative I can see is to take it into your own hands, if you can do that. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray, the Blaze Radio Network. Pat Gray.
A lot of people have been asking because they missed it, I guess, earlier. Tuned in a little bit late this morning. It's understandable. It's early.
Okay.
And
what do we miss?
The entire list of ways in which Democrats have helped the world.
I'm going to write it down this time. Okay, go ahead.
So, are you ready now?
This is the ways Democrats have helped the world.
It improved the world, made it a better place in which to live.
Okay.
I think that was Alyssa's verbiage.
Okay.
So, with the entire list of the ways in which the Democrats have bettered the world, here it is. Okay, and we're done. So if you missed that earlier, that's just a recap of it. Let me recap it one more time, a little bit slower.
Yeah, slower this time.
There we go. Okay. Meantime, got some tweets here from Attack Yuki. I'm old enough to remember when Lightfoot was having people arrested for going to the salon the same day she went and got a haircut because hygiene is important to her. That's right.
Madness.
You're old enough to remember that? Because that was, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
How do you even remember that?
How old were you 2 months ago? I'm not sure I was born.
That's another
I
good
might have been a zygote 2 months ago. The hypocrisy of this woman. So nobody was supposed to go to the salon, but she did that day because hygiene is important to her. I don't care if it's important to you. You're meaningless, worthless. You're not the mayor. And now, I'm going to have 140 police officers defend my street and make sure you don't get anywhere near me because my safety's important. Yours isn't. We're not going to send the police because we're defunding them. And you certainly can't have a gun. So you're kind of on your own. But my safety and that of my wife, that's important.
Oh, yeah, and wear a mask.
And wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Even though she's not. Okay. All right. Let's see. From Amy What's-Her-Face, the list of Democrat positive contributions is like the roads that lead to Pat's house. Oh, yeah. From Keith. From Keith's place to my house. They just don't exist.
Don't exist.
So. Well, I mean, you can't say that about the Democrat list because let me give you the list.
Yeah. I keep missing it.
One more time. There it is. So.
What is?
That's kind of fun, right? I mean, you can use that at parties this weekend. Hey, I've got the entire list of Democrat contributions to making the world a better place in which to live. And there it was. And so
I keep missing it. What am I doing wrong here?
I don't know, man.
I'm sorry. Attention. I try to listen to this show, and I apologize for just tuning out a little bit here today.
Maybe it's just a little too early. We'll try it again next hour, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't get enough sleep last night. I'm sorry. Are you sending it psychically? Is that what's going on here? Are you sending it psychically? Maybe you're incorrect.
No, I'm not sending it psychically.
You're not?
No.
So you're actually saying it.
The old-fashioned way. Yeah. Weird. Well, again, we'll try again later.
Okay.
888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. A couple other tweets we got just after Friday's show and over the weekend. Pat had James Huskers sent this our way after we were talking about renaming the planets.
Yeah, got to do that, right?
Well, yeah, they're all hideously named and must be changed.
Like after Greek gods.
Yeah, come on now.
Dudes.
James says, I think Pat should start a petition to rename Uranus Rat's Anus.
Oh.
It's a good idea. I like it.
Yeah, let's do that.
From Uranus to a rat's anus. Okay. All right.
Boy, it's going to be tough to memorize the planet order now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Got the curveball there.
And how I should deal with cashiers.
Oh, yes.
According to a Pathead. Mm-hmm. When a cashier asks me if I found everything I was looking for, I take their hand, look deeply into their eyes, and say, I have now.
Now that would
creep them out, wouldn't it? Did you find everything you're looking for? I have now.
I bet they stop making conversation with you for any future visits you might make in there.
I like it when they ask you just simply, did you find everything? Mm-hmm. Well, no, that would have taken a really long time. To find everything, and where would I put it? Even if I found everything, where would I put it? I don't have enough room to store everything.
Yeah, but I mean...
But, you know...
is there a coupon that I forgot?
And then speaking of being in stores with store clerks, and some of the most obnoxious are at the pharmacies, the drugstores, CVS and Walgreens. Mm-hmm. I got that CVS by my house where they won't stop yapping at you. The second you walk into in the door till the second you leave, They're talking to you. Leave me alone!
Find everything okay?
No, I wasn't looking for everything. Okay, that would take way too long. I only had a specific list of things I was looking for. I did find those, but it's really none of your business.
Yeah, but it sure has been sunny lately. We have a 2-for-1 special on sunglasses.
How's your day been going so far?
I assure you, you don't want to know.
Right? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you what's going on in the world. You want to know? You really want to know?
Do you have a couch in the back I can lay on while I tell you all this stuff? My goodness. Yeah, I don't care for that either.
So apparently, Walgreens is sending out a receipt now to people about systemic racism in public health.
Yeah, lots of people have been sending
Rob got
this
from Walgreens.
And Rob is one of them, yeah. So look at that. You get this, and then when you
get the facts.
Yeah, so click on it. So let's click on it and get the facts.
So what do they email that to you?
Yeah, it's right there when you click the facts. You know, you get to read all about.
So this, you would have to get this in the way that they ask you if you want the printed or no receipt or you want it emailed, right? So they would email this to you and then you would click on it?
Yeah, and so when you click on it, you get the facts and it tells you all the great stuff about America.
My.
Yeah.
Gosh, at Walgreens?
At Walgreens.
Because, am I remembering this wrong? Isn't the Walgreens family, like, they were big fans of the show?
I thought they were. I don't know what's happened. That was a while back. What? Put that headline back up there, Rob. What does it say? So you click on it and it says, how systemic racism
affects public health. And this is just part one.
It's part one.
So
health disparities among black people.
Okay. So when you click on this, you get to find all about it. Thanks to Kara 3022 who sent us.
Oh yeah, so she's one of them that got this email from him.
While racism impacts all people of color.
Okay.
So it doesn't impact anybody who's not colored, really?
Right.
So no white person has ever experienced racism. Am I right about that?
It just happened in the NBA over the weekend with a white guy being called a blank-ass white boy from a black player.
B.A. white boy.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I never find out.
Biatch, anus, white boy. But that wasn't, I guess that's not racist.
That's not racist.
Right? That's not racist.
It only affects people of color.
That is crazy. That's crazy.
Because in order to be able to be racist, you got to have a power structure.
Yeah, they had no power when the president of the United States was black, right? That was not power. So, plus the attorney general was black, and several advisors. His top advisor was black, but there was no power there. So you can't. I guess we still couldn't deliver any racism to white people. It's nuts. So this B.A. white boy thing, if that was directed from a white person to a black person in the NBA, that person would already be thrown out of the league.
Absolutely.
Thrown out. I don't think there's any question about that. They'd be done. Their career would be over. Is it for this black guy who said that to a white guy? No. It was Doncic. He said it to.
Harold or something. Who said it?
Luka Doncic from the Mavericks.
Yeah, but who said it? The Harold guy? What's his name?
I can't remember. Not a big fan of his. So
not a big fan of the NBA. Anyway.
That familiar with him. But Doncic is, one of the best players in the NBA.
Boy, he had a game-winning shot yesterday.
Jeez.
Stuck it to him at the buzzer.
Really?
Yes. So good. But anyhow, yeah, so.
And you don't hear, I haven't heard him yelling about it at all.
No.
Has he? Has he said a thing about it?
I haven't seen.
But anyway, while racism, this is from Walgreens again, keep in mind, while racism impacts all people of color, black Americans have historically been among the most impacted. In this series from Walgreens, you're going to do a series on this?
Oh, this will be riveting, right?
We'll look at some of the connections between race, racism, and health in the United States and discuss actions toward health equity for all. I'm excited about health equity for all. What might seem obvious, the definition of racism has evolved. Okay, so it might seem obvious, but the definition of racism has evolved. It doesn't just refer to hate groups or bigoted comments. Thank you. How long have I been saying that, Keith? Can you even remember a time before I said?
Dude, I couldn't even remember the time that Lightfoot got the haircut.
That's right. I couldn't either. Racism is folded into the foundation of our country. This from Walgreens.
Oh, my.
Racism is folded into the foundation of our country.
I'm moving some prescriptions right now. Pardon me.
So much so that racism may go unseen to some who don't experience it.
Here we go.
Racism can be direct or indirect, or not at all. And maybe nothing happened to you at all, but that's still racism.
Yeah.
And it affects black people and other minorities of all classes, ages, and genders. Okay. All right. Well,
no, it's fun.
Great.
It's fun.
That's fun.
When my drugstore
tells you that your country, the foundation of your country, is racist.
Can I just get my drugs, please?
No. You can't.
Don't ask me about my day. Don't tell me about the history of racism in America. Just fill the prescription so I can get on with my day.
I'd rather have you ask me about my day 1 billion times than get a sentence like this from my drugstore. Racism is folded into the foundation of our country, so much so, etc. It's the exact opposite. Do you know that there is no race in the U.S. Constitution? They don't mention any race. They don't talk about blacks or Negroes, or they don't call them anything. They did that on purpose so that race could not be used against them, because they were setting up, eliminating all of that stuff. They really did believe all men are created equal. They just couldn't make it happen at that moment. It took them, 70, 80 years before they could finally bring an end to it with the death of 600,000 Americans. That was a huge price. That was a huge price to pay. But they paid it. And they actually set the foundation for no racism in the Constitution with the 3/5 clause, which is always used against our founders. They considered blacks 3/5 of a person, which is such horse crap. Such garbage. The census was for counting. And if you counted them one for one, then you're going to give more power to the South because they get more representation. They knew that. They tried to eliminate that.
And that was a cute little game the South tried to play.
Yes.
Where they wanted that representation, but they weren't going to give any other rights or any rights whatsoever to blacks.
Right.
And that was the North's way of saying, they weren't saying you're 3/5 of a person.
No.
They were trying to keep
limit the number
together.
of people. Yes. And limit the population of the South so that they didn't have all the power in the South. And for some reason, people just can't seem to comprehend that. They don't want to. They don't want to comprehend it.
Let's see here. Walgreens, let's see here. They were fined back about, 7 years ago for racial discrimination at Walgreens and not giving promotions.
Oh, wow. And so now we're bending over the other way
so
a little too far?
Maybe they should read their own emails.
Maybe. Maybe.
Ugh.
That's agonizing.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
talk to you.
Just everywhere you turn. Really? Even at Walgreens? Well, and we got what's-his-face from Chick-fil-A, who was polishing the shoes of black people, down on his hands and knees, wiping off their feet because he was trying to apologize to them. For what? What did you do, Dan Cathy? What'd you do to black people? Because I haven't done anything to them. Well, it's not enough to not do anything. You've got to do everything to help and be anti-racist.
Oh,
you're a racist if you're not anti-racist.
Right
now.
Right, that's a phrase I'm seeing everywhere now.
Oh, everywhere. Yeah.
From
it's a new thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was on the Arthur cartoon, and now it's popping up everywhere. It's not enough to not be racist.
You've got to be anti-racist. And you're racist if you're not anti-racist.
Sure, okay.
So if you're not out in the streets with BLM, is what they're saying.
Okay.
Then you're a racist.
So if I'm not burning down my city?
Burning down the house.
I like it.
My house.
Oh, hang on. In the middle of the street, my house.
Oh, you kind of went a different direction there.
Oh.
So you went to...
I messed up my
My
song,
House in the Middle of the Street from Madness. That's
I
not
screwed
Talking
that up.
Heads burning down the house.
Yeah, burning down the house.
My house.
Boy, we're all over the place.
Yes,
Sorry.
we are.
I was just looking for a tambourine excuse there, and you can figure out why later.
It's a good place to do it,
It's a good place to do it
place
there?
to do
Okay, good.
All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Omega XL. If you're in pain, there's a really good chance it's brought on by inflammation. And pain brought on by inflammation can be dangerous because the inflammation attacks your joints and eventually causes permanent damage. You don't want that. So you want something like Omega XL that turns off the inflammation. And then it also has the added impact of reducing your pain, which is fantastic. It's backed by 35 years of clinical research. Omega XL, it attacks the inflammation that causes your pain. This comes from the pristine waters in New Zealand, and they found a way to make it not fishy tasting all day long. After you take these things, they're little tiny gel caps, really easy to take, and then they really work. When it builds up in your system after a couple of weeks, I think you're really going to see some relief. So let's get you started by ordering Omega XL right now, and you'll get a second bottle for free. You buy one, you get one free. If my math is correct, that's 50% off.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. OmegaXL.com/Pat. Or you could call 800-844-4888. 800-844-4888 or OmegaXL.com/Pat.
It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
It is. All right. We got some great stuff from Joe Biden. And you know what? The RNC starts tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Should be somewhat easier to handle than the DNC was last week. Oh, man. That was just, it was unworkable for me. It was unwatchable. Really difficult. So hopefully, this is our turn. We'll see what happens beginning tonight and much more. Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze Radio Network. Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And some tweets here from Newark is the new Rome. What if a teacher spots unsecured plastic straws in a student's residence during a virtual class? Oh, man.
Whoa, boy.
Will they send in the game warden to protect the turtles? Well, they have to because turtles are stupid.
They are
If
stupid.
turtles
Oh, gosh.
weren't so stupid, they wouldn't put straws in their noses.
Yeah, right.
When I see a straw, I put it in my mouth. Straws don't belong there, but the turtles don't know why. So maybe they all deserve to die.
That is
Lovely.
I didn't
Lovely,
say that
isn't it?
at all. You did.
Kevin Cundiff tweets about the list of Democrats and the wonderful things they've done for the world.
Yes, I got to grab
Make the world better.
notepad
Because
here.
he says my pen was out of ink. I keep missing it.
Okay.
All right, I'm getting it's getting exhausting to read the entire list. But here it is one more time. All right, there you go. Hopefully you had your ink and your paper and everything ready. Carl Smith tweets, in my world, people who march down my street and yell in the night demanding I protect them are like people who crap on my porch and ask me for toilet paper. Yeah. From Steve, the schools are conditioning our students for Big Brother. Pink Floyd 53, BB gun menace. Perhaps a BB gun buyback program would alleviate the bird genocide caused by these assault weapons. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. The Communist New Deal, on second thought, maybe we need to show our support and then place Trump 2020 flags in all our children webcam views.
Oh, that would trigger some teachers, would it not?
Can you imagine? From Mailbox Hero, thank goodness the list of Democratic accomplishments isn't a bingo square. I've missed it every time Pat read them. I don't know what the deal is. Why is it so hard to get those down? One more time. All right, there you go. there you go. Also, this is from Texas, if you can believe it. Parents in a North Texas suburb have confronted their local school board with allegations a controversial plan is being implemented despite citizen opposition and the board delaying approval. This controversy, in conjunction with allegations of school employees harassing voters opposed to the plan, overshadows the school district's search for a new superintendent, which will impact the plan's future. Southlake parents once again confronted the elected board members of the Carroll Independent School District over their controversial Cultural Competency Action Plan, the CCAP. As previously reported by Texas Scorecard, the CCAP is a plan that would divide students against each other by tracking those accused of committing microaggressions and discrimination. Nowhere in the plan is there an appeals process, nor does it appear the accused would be considered innocent until proven guilty. CCAP would also establish an QQIA2+ student focus group for grades 9 through 12 in Southlake, Texas. Okay. Well, good. Good.
Boy.
Glad to hear it.
There's more ways to control your kids and the way they think.
Yeah. They're just disregarding parents over this LGBTQIA2+ thing. And I mean, even in Texas, even in conservative Texas.
Yeah. It doesn't end there.
Plus, a civil society education social studies cartoon.
Also in Metro Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yes. Compares, this is in Wiley ISD, comparing police to the KKK. So Wiley ISD pulled the assignment. As you can see there.
Look at that. Look at that.
Is unbelievable. Oh my gosh.
It's so offensive. And what we're looking at are cartoons of what? Evil throughout the ages.
Yeah.
Which includes, what do you got? You got a slave trader. You've got with his knee on the throat of a black man. Then you've got like a Southern aristocrat. And then you've got a KKK guy.
And you have police now today with his knee on a black person. Oh, man. Congratulations, Wiley ISD. At least they pulled it. Thank you for doing that. Wow. Distributed as part of an assignment given by 8th grade social studies teachers in Wiley ISD. Unbelievable. The district removed the assignment. Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, I would think people were really pissed off about that.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the teacher spying on the kids in Tennessee. We've got the KKK as the cops in Texas here.
Right.
There are no sane places left.
And you've got school administration officials who are telling parents they've got no right to see what their kids are learning, and they're supposed to commit to promising not to watch what they're learning on the online classes. There's no way I would commit to that, especially after you asked me to. I mean...
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Wait, what are you trying to hide? What are you hiding?
That's a strange ask.
Isn't it, though? Hey, don't pay attention to what we're teaching your kids, please. Wait, what? It used to be the opposite. Get involved in your kids' education.
Mm-hmm.
Participate in it. Come to class if you want. Now it's the complete opposite. Now it's like, yeah, we don't need you watching. You don't understand this stuff, so it's dangerous for you to watch.
And how many parents weren't paying attention? They hear something like that and now are.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe you're hopefully waking a sleeping giant, and
I hope
parents
so.
are becoming concerned about what these teachers are shoving down their throats.
Let's hope that's the case. All right. Apparently, there's some controversy from Joe Biden's speech last week. He's been in trouble for plagiarism several times before.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, he's plagiarized himself. People are kind of thinking, here's a little comparison between the two speeches. 2008.
Okay.
And then last week, 2020. Check this out.
Worked his way up. He is the great American story.
Sped it up
Senator
a little
Kamala
bit.
Harris. She's a powerful voice for this nation. Her story is the American story. That work is more than a paycheck. It's dignity. A job is about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about your dignity. It's respect. It's about whether or not you can look your child in the eye and say, we're going to be all right. It's about respect. It's about your place in the community. It's about being able to look your kid in the eye and say, honey, it's going to be okay, and mean it. My dad who fell on hard times. You know, my dad was an honorable, decent man. He got knocked down a few times pretty hard. Always told me, though, champ, when you get knocked down, get up. Get up. But he always got back up. He worked hard, and he built a great middle-class life for our family. And why don't make college more affordable? That's the change we need. And where cost doesn't prevent young people from going to college, and student debt doesn't crush them when they get out. Barack Obama will transform the economy by making alternative energy a national priority. An opportunity for America to lead the world in clean energy and create millions of new, good-paying jobs in the process. And in the process, creating 5 million new jobs. With 5 million new manufacturing and technology jobs. Put security back in Social Security. If I'm your president, we're going to protect Social Security and Medicare. And he'll never, ever, ever give up until we achieve equal pay for women. Equal pay for women. Barack Obama will bring down healthcare costs by $2,500 for the average family. With a healthcare system that lowers premiums, deductibles, drug prices. Barack Obama will reform our tax code. He will cut taxes for 95% of the American people who draw a paycheck. That's the change we need. Because we don't need a tax code that rewards wealth more than it rewards work. Folks, remember when the world used to trust us? When they looked to us for leadership? I'll be a president who will stand with our allies and friends and make it clear to our adversaries. The days of cozying up to dictators is over. We will hold Russia accountable for its actions. Under President Biden, America will not turn a blind eye to Russian bounties on the heads of American soldiers. The American people are ready. I am ready. Barack is ready. So the question for us is simple. Are we ready? I believe we are. And this is the time as Americans together. We get back up together. Let us begin, you and I together. This is our time. This is America's time. This is our moment to make hope and history rhyme. It defines who we are as a people. And now it's in jeopardy. I know it. You know it. You know, all elections are important. We know in our bones this one is more consequential. These are extraordinary times. This is an extraordinary election. And now history has delivered us to one of the most difficult moments America's ever faced. That's the America that George Bush has left us. And that's the America we'll continue to get if John McCain is elected president of the United States. Freudian slip. Is if he's given 4 more years, he'll be what he's been for the last 4 years. Our debt to our parents and our grandparents is too great. Our obligation to our children is too sacred. For you, your family, your children?
Okay. I mean, it was essentially the same speech that he gave in 2008.
Man, kudos to whoever had to sit through both of those speeches and take notes. And
that's why they sped it up, because they couldn't stand to hear it in real time.
Right.
All right. I got this from John Cardillo. Guys, I despise conspiracy theories. You all know that. But if Biden's speech wasn't pre-recorded, the cop in me wants to know how his lapel pin disappeared off the same suit and watch appeared on his left arm as Harris joined him right after his acceptance speech. Oh boy. All right, so there's a lapel pin.
Okay. And this is during the speech.
Same speech.
Okay, and also during the speech, no watch on his left arm.
No watch. And no lapel pin there.
No lapel pin, and then what happens right after?
Huh? Now he's got to watch. Uh-oh.
So what's happening here?
So a little continuity problem?
Continuity problem. How many times do you think it took him to see that, to read that speech properly?
Oh, many times. If they edited it, though, it was edited really well.
Well, it was just one shot. Well. So, right? Didn't he have to nail it the whole way through?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something's up.
Well, it couldn't have been one shot if he changed. If he had a lapel pin and then took it off?
No, I think he finally got it right. And that was the take they went with.
Maybe.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then afterward he had but it was supposedly live, that speech.
Yep, supposedly. I mean, that's what they say.
And that late in the day,
but
if you are suffering from some sort of...
he still struggled. There were times his speech was very, very slurred in many places during the speech, and he struggled a little bit finding the right words, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
It's been
as he has been. Yeah, it's been much, much worse. I mean, he's had moments. He's had moments like this.
I just spoke at Dartmouth on healthcare.
Right.
At the medical school, or not? I guess it wasn't actually on the campus, but the people from the medical school were at.
But it was the medical school.
I want to be clear.
I'm
not going nuts. I'm not sure whether it was a medical school or where the hell I spoke. But it was Guatemala, El Salvador, and
Guatemala, El Salvador.
To win and say in Honduras and say,
no,
look,
Honduras.
Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth.
$1.6
$1.4 trillion worth.
$1.4 trillion.
Out of $1.4 million.
400 million.
Excuse me, $1.4 billion.
400 billion.
It's hard to even say it. It's so much.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's cost a lot of money. It cost about $740 billion over 10 years.
Billion dollars.
My long friend, time friend, and she's a friend. She's been my friend in and out of public life. We can do it, and it's going to take billions of dollars to do it, and we can afford to do it. We can't afford not to do it.
Okay.
And I think Secretary, excuse me, I wasn't the press going to say I'm downgrading him by calling him Senator Booker.
Senator.
The fact is that the bills that the future president here, that the senator's talking about, invaded another country and annexed a significant portion of it called Crimea. Right. He's saying that it was my boss.
I loved President, my boss.
And they say to you, take my shotgun. I said, I have 3. I now have 5.
3, now 5.
My son died, and I have 3 of his.
3, and you have 3 of his.
5 shotguns.
5.
So
3 plus 3 equals 5.
To control drug prices.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not. We're no longer using chemical-based things. All this thing we're dealing with cancers and other issues relating to the immune system are bio-oriented. And NATO.
The only people who entitled to rewards are stockholders. Ladies and gentlemen, he is deliberately and completely ignoring the legitimate authority of the Congress, and he's doing what he does with the complicity.
Doing what he does with.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
You know the thing.
I got hairy legs that turn that turn blonde in the sun. No one is in a position where they have a significant financial disability as a consequence of this SARS-CoV-9 coronavirus. Roosevelt came up with a thing that was totally different than he called it the World War II. He had the War Production Board. Corn Pop was a bad dude. They put me in the hospital and I made it out, and so I'm out. None of us want to be cooped up in our homes.
No,
so I learned about roaches. Knock sounds corny, but it's real. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. Daddy, it's unfair to all of us, and it's unnecessary for all of us. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. We can't make them whole. Can I see you, Daddy? Kids jumping on my lap. Masks and gowns and masks and all. You gotta, and shields. Why are we waiting? We, the people. Corn Pop. We hold these truths. Was a bad dude. Etc. You know the thing.
You know the thing. There it is.
Where was "Can I See You, Daddy"?
I don't know.
Wow,
I know we should look for that one because that could be fun.
Oh boy.
All right. Everybody knows trying to sell your house is challenging. If you're relocating to a new area and you have to sell and then buy, that's a really big deal. And so you need a realtor that you can really trust. And Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name really kind of says it all. These are people that you can trust. They've got great track records and marketing plans that have been carefully vetted because this is Glenn's own company. And so they've vetted these agents to make sure they are the best in your market. So they'll be able to help you through the process of, should we repaint? Should we replace countertops? Is it going to be worth that kind of investment? Will we get our money back? All of those kinds of things. So buying and selling, big, huge investments in your life, probably the biggest you'll ever make. You need somebody that you can trust to help you through it. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com. That's realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray, Unleashed. The Blaze Radio Network. Now back to Pat Gray.
Yep.
On the Blaze Radio Network.
Some tweets here. Lynn tweets, how long before they develop a mandatory vaccine for racism? Only whites need apply. Not far off. Jeffy's 18 Spoons. So wait, we don't expect the RNC to be the hate-driven vomit fest that was the DNC? That would be refreshing. Attack Yuki, since it's a virtual classroom. Those are virtual BB guns. None of this is real. From Steve 42, so we lost Texas. We can't believe we lost Texas.
Yeah, with these educational issues like we just showed. Yeah, and we're losing Greg Abbott, too.
I don't know what's going on with Greg Abbott. He was
man.
so good. Such a great governor. But he has, I don't know, he freaked out over this COVID thing a while ago. He was on the right track with it.
Uh-huh.
And then just, nope, I'm sorry. Everything's mandatory now. We get everywhere you go, including your backyard, you need to wear a mask.
Yeah, he's suggesting when you're cooking out in your backyard with the family.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to wear a mask. Well, I mean, that's fine. You can say that. You can suggest it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mandate it. And he hasn't done that yet. But,
no, but if you read between the lines, he makes it sound like until there's a vaccine,
Yeah.
we're probably going to have these mask mandates in place. Okay, stop it. What are you...
And a little helpful hint as to what's coming. Virginia's top health official just said he will make COVID-19 vaccinations mandatory in the state once coronavirus vaccines are available. There you go. He's already begun.
Yeah.
It's already begun. Virginia Commissioner of Health, Dr. Norman Oliver, said he plans to impose a coronavirus vaccine mandate for everyone in the state. It's killing people now. We don't have a treatment for it. And if we develop a vaccine that can prevent it from spreading in the community, we will save hundreds and hundreds of lives. He said the authority to mandate immunizations during a public health crisis, if a vaccine is available, there is a Virginia state law that gives him the authority. Wow, if that's true, that's good luck, Virginia. Glad I don't live there.
Oh, that's just the beginning, though.
Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. They're already, they're preparing this federally. They are. I don't know that there's any way around a federal mandate on the vaccine, and that's just going to piss me off and make me not want to take it. So, good luck with that.
Yeah. So how do you see this unfolding then?
Badly. See it unfolding badly. Maybe they'll, wise up between now and then. I doubt it. Maybe monkeys will fly out my butt. I doubt it, but it's possible.
That's more possible than me rolling up my sleeve for this vaccine, I'll tell you that.
Oh, man. So if they make it mandatory as a requisite to participate in society, like to go to work, go to the grocery store, let your kids go to school, everybody's got to get the vaccine. You're still not going to.
Correct. But you said, and I'm not trying to nitpick here, you said go to work, go to school, go to the store. Well, my kids don't go to school.
Oh, yeah? Right. So you don't have to worry about that part.
Right.
But you do go to work.
That would be between me and my employer.
Yes.
And then the grocery store, I've got Amazon.
Okay. All right. Well, good.
But what's going to happen is it's going to become mandatory for driver's license.
Yeah.
Or to vote.
Yes. Or to go to the movie theater.
Or sure.
Or to go to a public sporting event.
See, the good thing is I don't get out much.
Yeah, I don't either. But the mandatory thing is going to be really a big problem.
I don't like the word mandatory.
I don't either.
And I'm not going to live in America like that.
I especially don't like the federally mandatory line. That's really, really bad.
But it's a good thing we have such a crazy far right-wing Supreme Court that'll be the backstop for all this madness.
Yeah, we got that going for us. Mm-hmm. Thank you, John Roberts. Yeah.
So he'll save the day.
Right.
His court.
Everything will be fine.
Yeah. So I'm not even worried about this.
Campus reform was out talking to Joe Biden supporters, asking, why do you support Joe Biden?
Oh.
Here's a little look at that.
What would you view as the quintessential Biden element of the Democrat platform right now?
I don't really know. That is a good question. I don't really know.
What do you think of Joe Biden's kind of singular issue that he is the one that's really championing it?
I don't know. I was looking through his platform the other day, and it all sounded like things I've heard before from the other candidates while they were running. So I'm not sure.
For 2008,
I need to do more research, but I'm not sure which one is unique to him.
I know this isn't really an issue, but it's just kind of, for me, it's the fact that he's not Trump. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Any policies beyond that?
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
like.
I mean, not that I could really put my finger on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we knew that.
I think that
Uh-huh.
right now I'm looking a lot at what he's saying on education. I think that's what I'm seeing him push a lot on, but
maps.
It's hard to pinpoint exactly what his one thing is, in my opinion.
Isn't
I
it,
feel
though?
like he has a lot of good leaders behind him, and I feel like he's gonna
Like who?
rely on, not really rely, but I guess like
But you guess,
take their
like-
advice and really consider them.
Sure. Okay, they have no idea.
No, they don't.
I mean, there's no reason to like Joe Biden, except that he's not Donald Trump.
And that one girl was honest.
Yeah. That's all they know about him. He's not Donald Trump. That's the only thing they know. It's just, heaven help us. I mean, literally, heaven help us.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, this
Please
is
send up those prayers to heaven.
What did I see? There was the Biden has the lowest support among his base as any presidential candidate going into the election.
Yeah.
But Trump has the lowest approval rating of any incumbent. Something's got to give.
Gonna be a real big battle in November.
Pat Gray. Only on the Blaze Radio Network. Pat Gray.
Well, it's Monday, so that means there's another rumor about Kim Jong Un being dead. Strange.
I heard it on the news. And I said it was ridiculous, man. That's it.
That's it. Except that's not it.
Uh-oh.
He's either in a coma, dead, or just fine, and nothing's wrong.
So,
which is what the deal was last time, it seems like. Because remember I think this is just April, they were saying, oh, he's gravely ill. Something went wrong with his surgery. He's in a coma. He's dead.
And then he showed up at a fertilizer plant opening, which every good leader does.
Oh, right.
And that was it, right?
Well, in North Korea, I bet a fertilizer plant opening is huge.
Probably.
It's probably the biggest thing they have in the country. So he's rumored again to be gravely ill. And there's one journalist who has a bunch of contacts apparently in Pyongyang is saying that he might be dead already. But, I mean, this happened again just months ago. So, who knows?
And so his sister is apparently in charge now?
Yeah, well, she's either going to take charge or has already taken charge. We don't really know. Interesting, though. I mean, would that be a good thing or a bad thing for relations with the United States of America?
I don't know. We thought it was a good thing that 2019 was ending.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Whoops.
Also, Kellyanne Conway stepping down and leaving the White House at the end of this month. She's got some issues in her family, as I think everybody knows. And so not only is there a big battle between her and her husband on Twitter, which is just bizarre. It's amazing that he can't back off when she's got that important job. If that was my wife and she's working for the president, am I going to make her life miserable by continually tweeting out nonsense about Donald J. Trump? No matter how much I dislike him, because I don't give a rat's anus about my wife's job or how she feels or what it's like when I do that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. So not only is there that, but now their 15-year-old daughter is trying to emancipate herself from them. Ugh, what a nightmare. You know, she's continually bashing her parents, which is weird because a month or two ago when she was bashing the president, she said, please don't take this out on my parents. I love them dearly, blah, 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 blah. Now, she's calling her mother selfish, and she's all about money and power, and I guess she wants to be emancipated from them. So a little dysfunction apparently in the family. So she's stepping out of the job, and apparently George, the husband, is going to take some time off from Twitter. That's what they're saying, and they're going to concentrate on their kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So he's big into Twitter and bashing Trump. He says he's going to take time off of that and the Lincoln Project, which is supposedly Republicans trying to defeat Trump. And he's going to take time off from that. Interesting.
That is.
Yeah.
She was tied for second most, as far as highest salaries in the White House. Only President Trump earns more than her, Kellyanne Conway.
Oh. Did it say what her salary is?
I think we're up to $183,000 a year.
183.
He's 400,000.
Mm-hmm.
But so I guess.
But accepts none of it.
A bunch of that's. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that never gets mentioned.
Never. Donates it to charity. Every payday, he donates his $400,000 salary to some charity, and nobody ever talks about that.
But boy, the Conways, they make Mary Madeline and James Carville look like Ward and June Cleaver.
Yes. No doubt about it.
Oh, what a mess.
I mean, their situation is not, it does not look fun. I certainly wouldn't want to be in that situation. Then speaking of, family ties that are difficult, now we've got this recording of Maryanne Trump, the judge. Well, I guess she's retired now, but she was a federal judge. And Maryanne Trump Berry, serving as federal judge when she heard her brother, President Trump, suggest on Fox News, maybe I'll have to put her at the border amid a wave of refugees entering the U.S. At the time, children were being separated from their parents, put in cramped quarters, blah, blah, blah. Well, she was recorded by her niece, who wrote the book recently.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently she's got 15 hours of secret recordings. And Maryanne has supposedly said things like, all he wants to do is appeal to his base. He has no principles. This is from his sister. He has no principles. None. And his base, I mean, my God, if you are a religious person, you want to help people, not do this. She was aghast at how her brother operated as president. His GD tweet and lying. Oh, my God. I'm talking too freely. Yeah. But
oh, no, she said that.
Yeah. But, the change of stories, the lack of preparation, the lying, holy crap. Although she uses the S word. So, it's lamenting what they're doing to kids at the border. She guessed that her brother hasn't read my immigration opinions in court cases. What has he read, Mary Trump asks her aunt. No, he doesn't read, she responded. So this is just another, the White House has kind of blown this off and said, they don't get along, and she's got an axe to grind, and that's what she's doing, is grinding her axe. So dysfunction all around in these families. It's fun, right? It's just good, clean fun.
Oh, boy.
Just good, clean fun. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Also, but we got to get to the second part of the kids out on the campus reform. So I'm not sure what campus this is, but first of all, they're asked about Biden policies, and they can't name any. They don't have any idea why they're for Joe Biden. So then they're asked who's the face of the Democrat Party.
Yeah, and I think this is Georgetown University.
Okay.
DC, I think.
Here we go.
Who do you think of as the face of the Democrat Party?
I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that one.
Got it. So not Joe Biden, because Joe Biden...
It's not him.
It's not him. It's not him.
It's definitely not Joe Biden.
I think it's someone else, honestly. I'm not quite sure exactly who, but I definitely don't think it's Biden.
Who do you view as the face of the Democrat Party?
I would have to think about that. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that right now. I'd have to think, but that's a good question, though.
Well, my only, reference would be Obama.
I think that Joe Biden's definitely taking advice. I don't view him as the face of the Democratic Party. I think that he's more collecting ideas from what Democrats are saying.
A lot of the younger people like AOC kind of come off as that face of the party that a lot of people know and recognize because she's so popular. But then I think you have to look towards people that have been in there for a while, like Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House. She's been Speaker of the House twice now. She's obviously a very recognizable face. I think you could go either way when you think of a face of the party, but...
Not Joe Biden, though.
No, I don't think he's the face of the party, unfortunately.
Even though he's the nominee?
Even though he's the nominee, yes, there's a lot of people who don't like Joe Biden for some very valid reasons. So I don't think you can put him as the face of the Democratic Party when there's so many people that did not like him in the primary.
Who do you view as the face of the party?
I guess right now Biden, but I think that it should be AOC because I imagine her to be the direction that I I think a lot of people in my age group would like to see the
Really?
party going.
Socialist?
It is
You
really
kind of see
split
it
right
going
now, but it's the
socialist?
Democratic Party.
That's good.
I definitely
That's good,
think it's
Puddin'.
like the Warrens and
That's really good.
Bernie Sanders and people
Warren
like that.
and Bernie.
I think that's a problem that they have is that they don't really have a face. They have a very extreme left side that they have, and they're trying to take a more centrist approach with Biden and Kamala. And so it's a bit of a confusing message to be sending to the people who want to be voting Democrat.
There's
and
a
I
smart
think that's
guy.
the issue that they have right now. That's why they can't muster as much support as they really should.
I think it's kind of progressives leading the way for him, and he's just having to jump on to secure his place as the nominee.
To me, it feels like pandering. Like he's
Mm.
just trying to say what we want to hear and pushing these things that he knows that probably won't be possible to make happen.
Yep. That's just kind of the way the party's going. Is the AOC, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren socialist direction. That's great. At least they see that.
They admit it.
They admit it. Yeah, that's great. And some of their wonderful supporters are out on the streets just bringing goodwill to people. That's what I like to see. Some of these pro-Biden supporters, some of these anti-Trump people, they're wonderful, wonderful people. Like these two women coming out of a store accosting a 7-year-old boy and the cap he is wearing. Watch this. This is unbelievable.
Oh.
Okay, they're stomping on the signs.
7-year-old boy is the victim here.
And
You get off my property? Get off my property? Are you destroying my property? Yes, we are. You know that's a felony?
That one too. You don't that one.
Get away from
Out. Get it, Liv. Get it.
Touch my hat.
oh, and they grab the kid's hat.
That's somebody else's hat. Take that.
Oh, the poor
Get
kid.
your
Look
hat
at that.
back, baby. Look at what you just did to my son. Get your hat back, baby. Get your hat back, baby.
I would not send him to
No
them.
way.
Come on.
No way.
That's not cool.
I would send me to them.
Yeah.
Give me back
Here,
my
son,
hat.
you record.
Give me
I'm going to
back my
handle
hat.
this.
Give me back my hat. Give me back my hat. Give me back my hat.
She actually gets
Give me
help
back
from
my
people
hat.
in the
Give
parking
me back
lot.
my hat.
A couple of
You
men
wanna just-
show
You're
up.
gonna steal my property? I'll follow you to your car and get your license plate.
I'm walking. I live in 911.
You want me to call 911?
No, I'm too busy recording.
You want me to call
Sorry.
911? Taylor, these people right here are taking your hat. They attacked my son. I have it on video. I have it on video.
Touch your kid. Back up.
I have it on video. I have it on video. I have it on video.
I'm telling you to back the
Yeah, you want to try me? You want to try me?
I just don't
You want to try me?
want this kid
I
involved
got
in
the whole
this
thing
at
on
all.
video. I got the whole thing on video.
Okay.
Don't attack me.
Boom.
Oh, you gonna punch him?
Punched
You
him
gonna
right
punch
in the
him?
face. Yeah, she did
Oh,
punch
yeah, you
him.
gonna punch? Oh, you gonna sucker punch me? You gonna sucker punch me? Take my hat. Take my hat, baby.
Oh, my gosh.
You want to sucker punch me?
This is just despicable.
Yeah? I saw you punch me. I saw you trying to punch me.
And who do they think they are? They're just, this is just so ridiculous.
Take you with your
Here we are.
fucking snap your hat.
That's
why when
America,
you went to hit me,
2020.
you didn't, right? That's why when you went to hit me.
Here we go.
I'm not trying to hit you. I'm not trying to fight you. You're coming after me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you.
There's an asteroid coming, correct? Like another one.
Yeah, there is.
I'm pretty sure. The day before the election.
Yeah?
And she kicks her, and this is
You think I'm
good.
afraid of you?
This is good stuff, America.
Isn't that fun? Yep, that's what we're up against, though. People like that. Now, the guy who got punched in the face showed amazing restraint.
Oh, yeah.
Because at that point, don't you hit her back? I mean,
I'm grabbing. I'm definitely trying to restrain her.
You're not acting like a woman, so
why don't you act like a lady?
That's I don't know. I don't know.
It's. I mean,
You
we're
hate
having
to see it devolve
we're
into
having to-
beating up women, but
think of things we didn't have to think about before.
yeah.
And I think if I'm that mom, I'm telling the kid just to stay put. You stay here. I'll handle this.
Oh, absolutely. She handled that completely
Yeah,
badly.
Don't drag
Really
the kid
bad.
along because it didn't
Get your
any
hat, baby. Get your hat, baby.
That kid's
No.
scarred for life now.
Yeah, jeez. The whole thing is just so ugly. I mean, I don't even know. How do you handle that situation?
That's a great question.
How do you handle it? Do you just walk away, let him have the hat? Do you put down the phone, stop recording, and call 911? Maybe call the police. They stole our property. They smashed up our signs. I don't know.
I don't
know
stop
if you want
recording. You got evidence there. I definitely record with the left hand because you'll want your primary hand available for whatever defense you need or restraining of these crazy ladies.
It's true, because the other woman comes up and starts kicking her and hitting her, and then the video goes blank, so I assume she then put down the phone and maybe went after her. I don't know. But how do you handle that now? We're in a whole different place in America than we used to be. And when people are attacking you, I don't know,
literally sitting there because they don't like your political affiliation or the candidate you support.
Yeah. And they're being physically violent. I guess you can turn the other cheek and just let them hit you again.
It just feels like Election Day is a countdown to
it does.
Very, very bad things.
It really does. We're in a bizarre world. Look at this picture. Speaking of bizarro world.
What do we got?
This is, I think, a kindergarten class where they got the kids in these little boxes.
What in the world? Look, I mean, this is our new normal. Look at that. The kids sitting at their desks. What? How many? 5-6 feet apart?
Yeah. Completely blocked in.
With like little.
Is that plexiglass?
I think it's like saran wrap or something around this little. So if I was a kid, I actually would think that's kind of cool, having your own little house or whatever,
Yeah, it might be kind of cool.
But they're wearing masks behind there.
And how long do we do this?
I mean, we are destroying our kids on so many fronts right now.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't want to do stupid things. I keep telling my wife because we get, people over at the house or whatever, and who haven't been there in a long time, start hugging everybody. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Well, I'm not hugging everybody
I'm not
anyway.
hugging anybody.
I don't care if it's 9 months ago. I'm not hugging everybody.
I don't want to shake anybody's hand right now. Yeah. And I don't want to hug anybody right now.
That's one thing that...
Especially when I don't know where you've been. If I haven't been around you the last 5 months, I really don't want to hug you.
Shaking the hands is one thing I haven't just been able to shake out of my psyche. Because that's just...
Really?
Yeah, that's what I do.
And then do you lather up afterwards? Wash them?
I met a couple of fine gentlemen yesterday, and I mean that sincerely. And I shook their hands just out of, reflex. And I forgot to burn my hand under hot water and scalding hot water and soap. And
yeah.
But anyhow.
You can't forget that.
Yeah.
Can't forget that.
I don't know. It's tough, man. And
it
our
is
society
tough. I usually tell people, I'm probably going to skip the contact right now. So...
Now, what I should do is if it's somebody that I don't like or don't anticipate liking, I should probably put the mask on, the face shield, the cone of shame. I should probably put gloves on, right? A hazmat suit.
Yes.
Medical booties and stuff. And be like, I'm sorry. And so if you see me like that, you know that I don't like you. It's like kind of a signal.
But there's a difference between, doing reasonable things and doing stupid things. I don't want to do stupid things right now because I don't know. I mean, you don't know what the virus is going to be like for you, right?
Yeah.
We've seen it be nothing to people or very little to people, and we've seen it kill people. So you just don't know.
And that's fair, and that's where Americans should have the right to decide if they want to participate and in what way they want to participate. Not these edicts, not these, judges' orders and all this stuff that basically one size fits all, we're shutting down society or we're going to make it incredibly uncomfortable for you. No, just don't go out. Let people make that choice. We don't get that choice.
And we've got some back-to-school masks that might be a little much. I don't know. Check this out. This new mask it's reusable. It's less than a pound. And it's quite involved. So you got an actual mask and then a shield all the way around. So like your head is enveloped in it.
As many Pat heads have described this, it's like your head's inside a fish aquarium.
That's stupid.
It is so stupid.
No headaches, no fogging.
No waste.
No waste.
Oh,
all
but
right.
It's made in America. Oh, boy.
So you can wear it with or without a mask, I guess? The shield is fine if you... Just because the air is sneaking out, right? You're not blocking air coming out of you.
We are screwing up our kids in every way possible. Is there anything we haven't done yet to screw them up? Can you think of anything? Have we covered? I mean, we had Hillary in here talking about the dolls with the private parts and the.
Well, let's wait until within 6 months we'll know many things that we haven't done yet to them that we're then doing to them. In the next 6 months, who knows what's going to explode with our children? Because, we're confusing them on gender, sexuality, on the coronavirus, on virtually every single front.
If they're white, they're racist.
Yes.
We know this.
Yeah, we do know that. Everybody who's white is racist. There's no way around it. Which, by the way, is the very definition of racism. That just because of your skin color, you're a certain way, that we're going to just stereotype an entire race. That used to be not okay. Mm-hmm. But now it's perfectly fine if, and only if, you're talking about white people. Because white people are evil. We know that.
Yes. I shouldn't even brought that up. It's kind of like, that's just common knowledge.
But we do have a black Democrat lawmaker who, from Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
Tennessee Democrat. And he's got some interesting things to say. Check this out.
Peaceful protest ends peacefully. Anarchy ends in chaos.
Okay.
And what we see happening right now, any of us with any common sense whatsoever, know that what we see is not peaceful. So we can continue to fool ourselves and mix with words and use rhetoric and public relations in order to frost this stuff over and put a nice picture on what we see that is frightening. I have a nephew who is a policeman who talked about getting attacked the other night. You're telling me that somebody has the right to throw feces and urine in the face of those that we as taxpayers pay to protect us, and that's okay?
No.
What has happened to us?
Thank you, John. John DeBerry,
if
by the way.
we don't get this right now, I've got grandchildren. I don't want to see the country we're going to have 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. If we don't start acting like we got some guts, right now, brethren, sisterin, friends, colleagues, right now.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a black Democrat from Tennessee making some serious sense. Thank you. Somebody who is not excusing the violence, not excusing attacking cops in the street for any reason, not excusing any of it. Thank you for that. That's what it's going to take, because nobody's listening to Whitey. It doesn't matter what Whitey, what position Whitey has, whether he's a talk show host or the president of the United States. Doesn't matter, because nobody's listening to Whitey. We don't know anything, right? So blacks are going to have to save us right now. Thank you, John DeBerry, for doing that. Thank you. It's the only way we're going to survive this thing, is if enough blacks come forward and say, enough is enough. Stop this madness now. You know, where's Barack Obama on this? Where in the hell is Barack Obama on this? He's encouraging it. That's where he is. He's not saying word one about the violence. He was certainly concerned about the violence that didn't happen under the Tea Party members. There was no violence that happened then. What Tea Party rally ever got out of control and ended in rioting or violence of any kind? I'm not aware of a single instance of that. Not one. And he was concerned about them and them turning violent, which they never did. But you're not concerned about the actual violence that is happening every single day and night in this country right now. That's perfectly acceptable. We're not worried about it at all. It's despicable. That tells you everything you need to know about Barack Obama. 888-900-3393.
But that was a good. But let's just remember that was a great speech by that Democrat lawmaker.
Oh,
so we got that.
It sure was.
Although
John DeBerry.
Brethren, I'm familiar with that word. Is
sisterin?
No,
should have been sisters, perhaps.
Okay,
I don't think they're sisterin.
Let's work that in. Sisterin.
All right, we will see you tomorrow here on Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.